tonight? With your play.
There he is, the young goat himself.
What's up, Impy?
Am I in a party? Yeah, hopefully I am. I'm gonna talk to you guys for maybe only like hour and a half, I guess, because I'm kind of bored. I'll probably watch some Netflix and go from there. I know a lot of people have been asking me certain questions about jobs or.
Hello out there, and get ready for
I was telling people. I've been reading reviews from companies and whatnot. I feel like, to be honest.
Hi everybody, this is Brian Anderson, and with me tonight, Dan Hill and Steve Smith.
Excuse me. Like, I was looking at jobs and listings and people what they're offering and their pay. And honestly speaking, sometimes pay necessarily and all that, but the information you gain is a whole lot worth a lot more. But at the same time, I would agree to disagree with that one. But there's just certain stuff you're just not going to learn, or a certain clientele that's completely neglected or forgotten about. And for lack of better words, for companies don't see the value of. I don't know how to put it this way. A lot of companies are trying to expand their market, or their market share, or their potential marketability to certain stuff. They're using the same old tired tactics. Like, to me, when I think about doing business with people, I think about making a seamless transaction. Like, you know, from start to finish, a person has their input, they had their knowledge. You know, they definitely went and did a few things. They researched, they did the homework. A lot of people out here making blind purchases and whatnot, and for lack of better words, people in their pockets are going to be hurt. And part of that reason is because people did not do their due diligence. And I would say, lack of better words, if you're not careful with business in the traditional sense, they still have me going. That's crazy. You're going to be paying a lot more than what the item is worth. No matter what we're talking about, cars, watches, or even jewelry and accessorizing certain stuff like that. But to me, to be honest, I don't like sales jobs. I just don't like jobs or, you know, certain stuff that got people programmed to a certain extent to do this, that, and the third. And I don't like the terms and conditions that people try to go and do. Like, for instance, so watching something and this guy tried to give someone like an ultimatum. And the ultimatum that he tried to basically give this guy was sick. Probably cholesterol is way too high. For one, it's like 34, 35. He is, I would say, a big dude. He's 34. Know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily value, how could I say, convenient foods. And I'll tell anybody that. Your body is a machine. Like, if I personally had money and then certain stuff like that, I'm eating green. Like, I'm eating lamb. I'm eating protein foods. I'm not about to eat crap. If I want me a steak, I'm getting me a steak. I don't care. Now, the thing about it is cost, but I'm not about to neglect my body and what it needs. Especially if you think about it, like, my top 3 foods for me is steak. I'll probably say lamb is number 1. Steak, and then chicken. Those are my preferred, proteins.
Gordon, the pass to MP for 3. Gets the 3-ball to go.
And part of that reason is because, like, you think about just, you know, navigating stuff. Like, I was having a conversation with my dad too about like food options and choices and how a lot of stuff is anti-consumer, and the prices of everything is going up, and you would be a fool to believe in a traditional sense that what you're paying for is you get in a bargain. Like I went and got a dinner. It was pretty good. I had there's a lot of food for $55. Cracker Barrel, oh my God, their food is trash, and I will stand by that. Their food is trash.
That was the difference. Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job.
And I can affirm that their food is trash. I just don't believe in lying. Like, that's my number one thing. A lot of people like what I have to say, but they do like to know what I say. They think it's unsubstantiated, but I can hold my own. But I'd have been there. Everyone, I know people say everyone's entitled to an off day, which I'd agree. I give some people leeway, but it's a problem when you see that something has been a constant pattern. There's not necessarily been any change or any type of resistance to at least addressing some of this stuff. And part of that reason is, if people can do the same old tired stuff and have a potential seasonable market, which they already kind of dominate to a certain extent, they're going to keep on doing the same tired old stuff. And then raise the prices. Now, to me, people say the cost of certain stuff are going up. I would agree to disagree with that. And not because I'm cheap or anything like that. I'm going to go where I get the best value for my dollar. And everybody should be doing that, to be honest. I know people talk about all these different stuff, these different terms and conditions or certain stuff like that. I was looking at all these different jobs and then this, that, and the third. And, for lack of a better word, Amazon warehouse, that's a job. And I know someone said I need to watch what I say about Amazon warehouse. I would say Amazon is a job. And I'm not going to tell people that's not a job, but certain stuff doesn't work for certain people. Like, you can't be at a job in a market, traditionally speaking. You're making $15 an hour, and half the stuff you lugging and transporting, you can't even afford. Like, I see that's problematic. You're making $15 an hour, and the only way I feel like people can necessarily negate that is by offering benefits. But like at the same time, a lot of places are not offering benefits. Like places will go to 29 hours, or they'll give you 30 hours, or they'll try to change certain stuff. I think that's problematic. But then again, you got to think about people's costs. Like companies, I'm not on the company side. I'm about people who do the work with certain stuff. Their hard work should be rewarded to a certain extent. Loyalty is good, but loyalty is not always, reciprocated. Like I watched the guy, I think I said about that in the clip. This guy made these people $8 million. Like I said, the guy had a stroke. He's only like 35. Big dude. Nice dude or whatnot, but I can definitely tell he's stressed out, and he's eating food for convenience and certain stuff like that. Philly cheesesteak, that stuff after a while loses its novelty. You need to go to the gym. Like, honestly speaking, I'm going to the gym tomorrow. I'm going to try to work out at least 3 or 4 times. I mean, I did work out a little bit this week. I definitely try to go outside. I've been interviewing for places. Definitely trying to get my foot in the door in a certain place. And again, you cannot live off of a certain amount of money. You can't. Like someone says, living off of, let's say $35,000, or I don't think it's possible in certain places.
He picked up 12 points in their last win against Dallas.
$35,000 a year is approximately, I'm going to say 312. It's around probably like $2,500, $2,600. I'll say $2,500 a month, and that's before taxes and then rent. A lot of stuff don't sound that good when you think about it. Then when I think about what it costs to actually live and rent, and then you have to have utility, internet and phone and certain stuff like that, you can't afford to live. That's just, it's crazy to think about. And then you basically get got at a gas pump. No. You're paying more money for gas than you pretty much have ever paid. Like, to me, it's not smart to move to certain places. Like, you know, you don't have a good foot there. I mean, I'd rather be a working person and working in my interest than be working to a certain extent and waiting for a business to dwindle or fall down. That don't make any sense. There's a lot of people who will fail you, but have you failed them? Probably not. I can say anything I ever done in my life. I've never failed anybody, but people failed me.
Nails it from beyond the arc. Marshall has got his first 3 points of the game.
In order to create effective spacing, you need enough guys on the floor.
Now I watched this video where this, what was it? This lady had gotten fired from her job, and she was waiting for, she was at a dead-end job with no type of career advancement. And she got pimped. She got pimped. And she became like a stylist. She had a friend or certain stuff like that. They got linked together and they made a popular brand. And to me, that's cool. That's cool. I'm not going to ever say that's not cool. But at the end of the day, you're making like $50,000 in LA. You're not going to be able to live. Unless you have a roommate, and then like a two-bedroom or 2-bedroom studio, it's like $6 a month. You have to think about health insurance, this, that, and the third. Like, no. I don't like, tasks. Like, you just go and do paperwork. I feel like I like to do stuff like, it's multiple aspects to it. I can conceptualize, I can do it with my hands, I can think, I can put stuff from pen to paper, put it in the actual action. Instead of doing a task or whatnot, and there's no guarantee, like, working at a store or something like that, ain't no telling you're going to be in any path to go to be an assistant manager, and everything is about timing. That's another thing people don't tell people about. Timing and ageism. That's something that people really don't think about, and then a lot of people are there at a particular place for theatrics. And once you realize that, if you're not necessarily hitting benchmarks or particular goals, and then too, sometimes companies try to give people ultimatums for certain stuff that's out of their control. And then with the prompts and certain stuff, we got to sell this, that, and the third. A lot of stuff is crap. No one's ever going to really give me any ultimatums anymore. I guarantee you that. And anytime someone tries to give me an ultimatum or stuff like that, it's always backfired. And I'll be willing to say that too.
Nikola Jokic came close to winning his 3rd straight MVP, but in the end, he won some.
When I meant this, it was like, I remember this man who said, I won't go past this class. Like, I got a little bit of motivation out of that. Not pass that class with a beat. It is what it is. Like, I'm not going to fight you or fight anybody, anything like that. I'll just be laughing. Honestly, stuff that would really make me mad, sit me over the edge, I just laugh at it now. Because I find it hilarious, the fact that someone could go with basically a script or just even go and follow through and actually say something that's crazy. It says a lot about people, their thought process, and their character, really, if you think about it. That might be the case for some people, but at the same time, I'm not really surprised with what people say and what people do now. And that's kind of a hard lesson I had to learn. So nothing's really that quite surprising. So that's why I just laugh.
So aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
You know why? Success breeds confidence, and he's certainly been successful from there, time and time again.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Williamson's checked in. Here's New Orleans.
Yeah, too. I don't think I laugh about, well, I don't necessarily laugh.
Here's Valanciunas.
It is aspects that, you know, a person can't continuously keep working.
Slams it in.
Like, working costs as an expense. Expense for workers' health or this, that, and the third. Like, you know, honestly, too, what I realized, a lot of people say people don't have the luxury of certain stuff, which I agree.
McCollum against Murray.
Like, someone as a kid or whatnot, they gotta think about health insurance, they gotta think about benefits, they gotta think about something, interview. So I've got a line, basically job lined up and solid offer, and if people match. I know people say people should switch jobs every 2 years.
Good looks by our terrific camera crew. And they've been moving the ball.
I was telling my dad too, like there was this pizza place that had basically been out. The person had 4 locations and they went out of business. They closed 2 like 45 minutes away from where I live at. And they had 2 where currently I reside, and like, how do I put it this way? They're both about 20 minutes apart, but they're basically situated. If you go one way, it'll attract a crowd from a certain area, a particular area. And the other side, I mean, it's in a busy shopping center. But when they sign that lease and their profitability, I'm not paying $18 for a personal pizza, bro. I would be willing to tell anybody the market for certain stuff does not exist. Like if someone had to tell me right now that paying for a haircut is going to be, I say $80. That market does not exist. I'm not saying what a person's time is worth, but that's going to limit the amount of time to see somebody, because at the end of the day, even if someone's like a celebrity, I don't think people really want people, I won't say, they probably cut people's hair, but there's multiple aspects of certain stuff like that, like showing people's house, showing people's kids, that's off limits. That's off limits. You cut the kids' hair, this, that, and the third.
Let's get back to game.
That stuff is weird. And then people talk about celebrity barbers, celebrity hosts. I really don't care about that. Like, again, I'm not moved by that at all. I'm not.
Hey, you look at him in this game. He's been everywhere.
Because a lot of people are facilitating facades at that point, and then stroking egos. And then I know people talk about networking. Networking really don't determine net worth. They don't. And I'll be willing down that hill.
Who would it be?
Like, if you have to rub hands and then lose your soul or certain stuff like that to get ahead, some things are worth more than money, man. It is what it is. Like, I know people talk about this game, and they're talking about this guy said, someone with 4,000, anytime they pull and have a stream, they making bait. They got 75,000 people watching. Anytime they go and have a thing, basically, they have 4,000 people watching them. They talk about people's broke. You don't know if people broke. Like, you're just talking on the internet. And I'm not even come for the person or anything like that. I'm just gonna come for what they said. I always put it this way: you need to be a little more humble and a little more focused on the delivery, what they're talking about. Because, to be honest, a lot of stuff, I don't think anything they said is funny or remotely smart at all. Like, I find it very tacky, distasteful, and it's nothing to laugh about. I'll put it that way. And not too long ago, this person, they really didn't even have a GED, for one. They were just playing 2K, getting through a tough time, and 2K's there. But at the same time, you gotta, I would say ahead, because playing a video game is not, I would say, my honest opinion, that's not a career. I'm not crapping on it. That's not a career. Like I was talking about Chris the other night. about how all these content creators were signed with all these different groups, and you didn't see or hear from them for like, I would say around like how do I put it? You didn't hear from these people for like 2 to 3 years. The companies basically took their money, or they had to get bought out their contract. They had to go to all these events, product placement like G Fuel, all that type of stuff. Go to events, go to tournaments, make appearances, pay hotel. They had to pay anything for flight. But you didn't see it for 2 years. They were in a legal battle with their group to get released, and they go to the next event or next group, you know, network with people, rub hands, and then they're in the same exact position, and it's a continuous cycle. That's not cool. That's not cool by any means. Like, to me, video games are terrible. I might get Spider-Man later, but I'm not buying Spider-Man now. I can tell you that now. Ain't no point.
Just 5 on the clock.
And then, like, you know, particularly, I'd say, in order to be successful, you gotta save your money.
Violation. Great D. A quick look at the best when it comes to the boards.
And then, I also think about what this guy said. Wealth is not necessarily measured by how much money you have. Wealth is basically measured how much time you basically have with the lifestyle you basically live. If you basically spend $50,000 a month and you have like $1 million,
White can't hit.
And you never want to give a shooter like him.
you'll be broke in 20 months.
And the Pelicans call time here.
Like, I watched this thing of how this man, this NBA player,
Let's take a look at some numbers for MP.
I know his name, it was like Trevor Ariza. I think Spencer Cordelia did a video about how this guy's, Trevor Ariza stuff was out there, like his financial statements, because he went through a baby mama or family court matter or whatnot. Yeah, I think he was trying to have his payments reduced or whatnot. But he has rental properties. He has too many liabilities. Like, a home is not an actual asset. It's not. Once you have a home, it's not gaining any income, and you live in a high property tax state. You don't have anybody checking on the house. It's basically collecting dust. And rental properties are not even really considered a cash flow thing like that. Because you have to, a hoe is never the answer. Yeah, I agree with you, but also too, you gotta think about it. If you're a man and you have a kid, it's your responsibility, regardless of the thing, and it's yours. It's your responsibility. You know, honestly speaking, it's a two-way street with me. A man should be able to provide for his child, this, that, and the third. The court shouldn't have to do that, step in and do that. But also, at the same time, we all know that pretty much child support does not go to the child. We know that money is not being used for the child. There's so many things wrong with that in itself. I feel like if both people made a mistake, both of us people should pay. That's my thing. And then also, too, with the visitation, stuff like that. It's crazy, but honestly speaking, if there was no type of oversight or certain stuff like that, I feel like both people would not even be in a role. In all honesty, if it weren't for like the courts, he wouldn't do anything at all.
Good work defensively by Gordon.
It's good. It's good, John. It's good.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Old dog. Yeah, that's what I said. I really don't care, like, you know, about this, that, and the third. You say your money, you focus on you.
All over his man. Jones not
You focus on your purpose, this, that, and the third, you good. Just like you should focus on, I'd say, a relationship, friendship, or even a job. Like, when I think about, like, just life in general, this, that, and the third, there's all the hoops and bends, you know, you gotta go through. The hurdles.
White against Jones. McCollum outside. Jones, the pass to McCollum. Here's
But yeah, like I said with Trevor Ariza thing,
Nuggets will take it. Nance, he's checked in.
Trevor Ariza basically had a ridiculous amount of liabilities just having, not necessarily kids. He spent $10,000 a month on clothing.
Here's McCollum.
He did have technically a rental property. He had an investment. He was getting his money from that. He made appearances, got $5,000, but if he were his actual account, I don't care about people's money. I just don't. I just think that a lot of stuff, what it is, he had his current wife or common law wife, doggone brand new Rolls Royce. I don't care about material stuff. I think a lot of stuff is crazy. I'm not spending that kind of money on a car. I'm just not doing it. Now, if I had play money, and I would say still, I have like a retirement account or investment portfolio or whatnot, generating money. And I have a play account. I just living off interest, and then I just take what I want out to a certain extent and just keep going.
Undrafted out of Georgia Tech in 2021. Jose Alvarado.
That's smart for you.
Yes, he did, B.A. Undersized at 6'0", but his effort sets the tone.
I was rolling too, like at this fact, these guys, how would I put it this way? They've gone and charged money for services building out performing. I mean, that's across the board with certain stuff. Like, anybody want to ask me what I think about certain jewelers? I know black jewelers or whatnot are talking about they can't compete with Johnny Dang.
This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
White can't hit.
I'll be rolling when people say they can't compete with Johnny Dang. Johnny Dang, I had nothing against Johnny Dang. But again, I know I don't like Rolexes at all. At all. Or big rocks, or loose stones on a watch. And you're charging a premium.
2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. Here's Williamson. Pass to Daniels. The 3. He drops it from range. Daniels has got himself on the board with a 3 there.
The three-point shooting has been on point here in the second half.
Wow.
MP scanning the floor. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. That's a flagrant 1 foul.
Yeah, I know it's a
Get
flagrant.
a flagrant 1 there. Lots of contact on that play, and the officials could have gone with a more severe call.
Well, he better be on his best behavior from this point forward. 1 more flagrant. He's checked in for Nance. And Denver with a change here, too. MP's checked in.
And I'm still thinking, too, like with life, when the way certain stuff goes,
Here's Porter.
I'm not necessarily impressed when I go in certain stores either with the ambiance, places they're trying to create, and then the services they're trying to create.
Making everyone around better.
And then we go back to jewelry, this, that, and the third, like,
He's out there with MP. Zeke Naji out there.
jewelry is marked up 2.5 to 3 times its price.
Here's Alvarado. And another 3 for New Orleans.
Theft.
I mean, I guess they're willing to give him that shot. They may want to
I know people talk about theft, this, that, and the third, theft from employees, theft from certain stuff like that. Honestly speaking, ain't nothing worth stealing at all. Just in general, it ain't worth it. Work hard, save your money, and
Nobody near him.
go and try to get yourself another skill set.
Then kicking it out.
We're in the 4th quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Alvarado outside.
But like I said, with Amazon offering $18 an hour, I know people, it's a meme. People talk about Amazon basically is offering $18 an hour, and then UPS or whoever it is, the Postal Service is offering up to $160,000 under their new collective bargaining agreement. I'm like, with that $160,000, that don't sound good. Yo, what you doing?
The Pelicans have gotten 4 of 9 shots to go in during this fourth quarter.
That don't sound like a career. I'm sorry. A lot of people probably look at me like I'm crazy for saying
Fires the 3.
$160,000 is not worth a lot of money for what you're doing. When you don't even have air conditioning in your car,
Najee sets a screen.
you're working an ungodly amount of hours. You can't get that time back with your family. Nah, I'm sorry.
It'll be on Zion Williamson.
MP showing his toughness.
Now, granted, there's a lot of people not making $160,000, so I'm not complaining that much about that. But nah,
Yeah, BA. I mean, they'll have a target on their back all season.
overtime. You still got to deliver packages, rain, snow, or any adverse stuff like that. You still got to deliver mail. That ain't for everybody. So how?
That's exactly what we just saw.
Jones
We got this full straight
guard
though.
by MP. Back to Jones. Denver grabs the miss.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than that. Come on.
White for 3. And yes, another basket. 71 points and no end in sight.
He's in the zone. The defense looks helpless.
Over to the wing.
He gonna shoot it.
Pass to McCollum. Valanciunas with a screen on Murray. McCollum against Murray. Yep, that one goes. McCollum's got 11 in the second half.
Contributes in all categories. McCollum filling up the stat sheet.
MP against Jones. The drive by MP. Outside Holiday. Murray passes to White. Here's Najee. Rebounded by New Orleans. Valanciunas has got his 8th rebound here tonight.
One thing they've done well tonight.
I'm still thinking about too,
There's McCollum with the 3.
or places, you know. Honestly speaking, I think Josh paying at least 40 to a certain extent.
Got a piece of it.
They might be okay if you're getting benefits, but anything less than that at a certain point, nah.
Porter from the arc. And another 3 for Denver.
I'm still thinking about like just negotiation with certain stuff like that. Your negotiation tactics had to be good. Your price and stuff has to be reasonable.
Shooting from the arc.
But I mean, you accept something low end, particularly low end, I feel like people should be able to meet it.
Valanciunas. All right, let's pretend
But man, some stuff you're not really learning at all. So that's why you probably have to like move on from a place.
Oh, man. One crazy rule.
Because honestly speaking, like, you know, with certain stuff and certain things people do, skill set diminishes. And you want to broaden yourself and broaden your horizons, not even financially. Like, you want to learn about arts and crafts to a certain extent like that. You're not going to learn about working for certain people. It's just not going to happen. And I'm going to say that pretty much with anything, unless a person's a master of a craft. And those are few and far between nowadays, because so many people are cutting corners.
back to Jones.
And name one person willing to actually take the time and produce someone who's actually good and talented. Few and far between nowadays.
And a foul call on the way up. So he'll take it.
Like, the crazy thing about jobs and stuff now is that people they had in a job make the business profitable. They're not going to, after these people leave or retire or move on or something, or people pass, you're not going to have people able to, how would I put it this way, train somebody, or have somebody with skill set, and a lot of places are not even in the mindset of cross-training people, and at that point it becomes an employer's problem.
And it was dueling 3.
And that's not negotiable. I'll be willing to say that.
Both teams had the same plan. Win the game on the perimeter. So fun to watch.
And this will push their total wins for the year.
I know someone probably like, you know, why I talk, you know, so much. I really don't talk a lot at all.
How competitive these
at all, really.
left to play.
And what a huge performance it was.
I know a lot of people say my claims are unwarranted, but I don't think so. I really think they're founded. In terms of talking about work and all this type of stuff, you know, at the end of the day, people have to feed their families, like, you know, at the end of the day. I think about how certain stuff is jacked up, and then people try to minimize certain stuff that like it's messed up, and then after they take it away from a dynamic or something bad happens to them they never thought happened, you know, and after they realize something about certain people who were maybe employing them or something bad, they saw how at the end of the day how quickly the tables can turn. They realize and identify that. They start talking like they got some sense. To me, it's hilarious, but it's not necessarily funny in the way people think it's funny. I'm like, it takes some time people go through it. I'm not laughing now. Anything. I don't find it that funny, but I find that, you know, that when the tables turn and people say stuff that's not bull, and they make excuses for certain stuff, and the table and the roles in reverse. You know, people try to say, "Oh, you should just get through this, that, and the third." You know, it doesn't lighten or dampen. You know, how do I put it? Put it this way: it doesn't lighten or dampen. I say the pain or something. At the end of the day, I'm not saying they were laughing through the pain. I feel like people had a stoic attitude that anything says and goes. And then maybe that someone did something wrong or something like that. And this is, you know, the can all or be all. To me, it don't make sense. I got one more game, and I'm gonna get off. Let's see what my uncle's at. City stats. Okay, my uncle, you alright. Most are not playing right. That's not it. Shooting.
Excuse me.
Oh God. The Ticino. Let me see if I can hit the Ticino. That's not it, what I did, so.
I see you doing work.
Ball is my right hand. Oh, I did it. I actually did it. I know how to do the Ticino moves, I just don't. To me, the game is terrible. After this next game, I am getting off. I'm going to the gym tomorrow, and I'm studying, and hopefully I get this call back from this job. Yes. I'm saving my money. That's all I care about, saving my money. At least saving like 70 grand or 80 grand.
That's what I want to see.
None of these guys can miss.
You're like money in the bank.
Yo. God. I didn't even shoot that well with that one. I intentionally released it late. Just so the game can end. Oh, God.
Have a good game, man.
At this, I'm most definitely done.
What's up, MP?
What's up, Donnie? Hey, you gonna take it easy on me out there tonight, right?
I don't know about all that.
Come on, bro. I had your poster on my wall going up and everything.
Here we are, Greg, getting into the thick of this NBA season. How big of a challenge now is the travel?
Oh, it's a huge one. The reality is all those flights.
I know people talking about California is terrible. But what, no, I don't think California 100% is terrible. I know people, they listen to these political, well, I'm not necessarily the most politically inclined person. I really don't care about politics. It's a bunch of lies, a bunch of crap. And for lack of better words, people come up with programs across the board. They don't make any sense. They just, quite frankly, our tax bills, the tax incentives, nah. And I ain't talking about political parties, we're not even going to go into that. But all politics is just lies. The average man and common man getting sold out big time. Unless you work for yourself or, you know, you got a path your own and, you know, your money not affected by whether certain stuff do this, that, and the third, you good.
The Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far.
You good.
It's White on the wing. Jokic sets the screen for MP. Tries it from 19. Another miss by MP.
Not really his best quarter as far as
Josh Okogie.
eventually get back.
He ain't got that. He ain't like that in real life.
For his team, he's an efficient shooter you can rely on for buckets.
And here's MP for 3.
I know that's great.
Evan Mobley with the rebound.
Really just struggling here in the first 3 minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 fall.
And Greg finishing last season with the #1 seed in the Western Conference. A lot of people still slept on the Denver Nuggets.
And Kevin, they've had great regular seasons before, only to fall short. But with a healthy Murray and Porter Jr., Jokic finally had to get it done.
Boy, this is bad.
Damn, he bricking.
This is really bad. He's stone cold this point.
I'm not stone cold. Give me the ball. Give me the ball.
They trail by 6. This their first chance.
This nigga would have gave me the ball the first time.
Yeah, and they got the better of this matchup both times they faced off last season. Do they still have their number?
Well, the sample size wasn't that big. I mean, 2 games, not a lot to go on. But
Shoot.
there are 2 teams at the top of the pile in each of their conferences, and because of that, I expect it to be competitive.
Now,
Dang, my.
following the shot by
Yeah,
Tristan
that ain't on me.
The 3 from MP. And the 3 ball is
My God.
White's got 6 points.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for.
Thompson outside. Jacks up a 3. That's good for Mitchell on the assist by Thompson. He's got 11.
He's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's at high.
Mitchell against White. In the corner, it's Gordon. From deep. Mobley with the rebound. Mobley's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Shoot.
Here's Mitchell. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The 3 from MP. Happy to see that one going after missing 6 of his 9 shots today.
Asserting himself from range. MP doing his part to spread that defense out.
Passes to Mitchell. Thompson, a screen on White. Again, Mitchell missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor space.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last three, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Another miss by MP. Cavaliers leading. There's the pass to Mobley. To the wing on the left. And Mitchell gets it to go.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively. He's been absolutely relentless.
And here's MP for three. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
Hey, this guy does everything. Any team would be lucky to have a player like MP.
And here's Mitchell from the arc. Again, Mitchell missing. Nuggets have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. A three from MP. And again, Denver with the triple.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run. And what a player Nikola Jokic has become. Clark, a monster at that center position.
Greg, he's one of the players I enjoy watching the most. I mean, he is so good as a center. Scoring, the passing, the rebounding, all of it's there for Jokic. And he makes it look easy the way he handles himself. Beautiful to watch that man play hoops.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Jones checked in for Tristan Thompson. Dean Wade comes in for Evan Mobley. Max Strus is checked in for Okoro. And it's LeVert in for Donovan Mitchell. And here is Garland. Following the three-pointer by MP.
The whistle come at it. And we'll come right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
A three from MP. Drills the three-pointer. White's got 24 points.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
And it's LeVert missing. The Nuggets leading by 6. MP deciding where to go with it. Again, the Nuggets score.
The defense has no answer for him right now.
Well, they're trying everything. Nothing's working. He's just piling up point after point.
A three from Strus. And it's White with the rebound. And so, MP will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. He dishes it to Murray. Back to MP. That's in there. Murray with the assist. Murray's got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for him later on.
Now, here's Garland. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game.
And maybe that'll trigger him. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
You could see the immediate reaction of the guys in the bench. They are pumped up.
That's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition, switch, ignite.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And Greg, you talk about rim protection. Cleveland can really shut down the lane, can't they?
Yeah, I mean, they have the personnel to do it. Big front court and quick guards who can keep ball handlers in front of them.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers.
Caris LeVert. He should be 74. Too generous.
Team Wade. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Garland. Shot left block. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got 6 rebounds in the game. And here's MP for 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. MP's got 33.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
There's the triple. Back to Jokic. Outside Jackson.
And love to see the effort from Mitchell and challenging that shot.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Nuggets lead by 13. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. Tristan Thompson comes in for Wade. And it's a Okoro in for Ricky Rubio. Here's White. And
I gotta go because this is some bull, bro.